Welcome, Trad West Podcast, episode 4. So, this week's episode probably going to be a little spicy one. Feminism, and a little bit of the red pill as well. Because I feel in today's society they kind of go hand in hand. So, hopefully you've enjoyed the past couple episodes. Still getting used to all this. And let's get into it. So, I'm probably going to hate on feminism a lot on this podcast, but I also feel like I'm pretty fair when it comes to it because as much as I talk shit on it, I'm not saying there's no place in the world for feminism. There is. But the problem is it's being pushed on the masses and promoted for all women. And I'm sorry, it just does not go well with women who want to get married and have children. It's not cohesive with family. And I will get into that. And then this is also my problem with a lot of what the red pill community teaches men, right? So both feminism and the red pill, I think both are inherently selfish. Feminism teaches women, you do you, queen. You be a boss babe. You don't need no man. You don't need no kids. Focus on school, career, okay? Selfish. Now, granted, the red pill is just a symptom of modern day feminism. You have the red pill creators coming in teaching men, you do you, bro. Don't be marrying these girls. They're just going to fuck you over. Court systems are against you. Just get your bag, focus on you. You do you. Inherently selfish. So we have feminism teaching women to be selfish. Then to counteract that, we have red pill teaching men to be selfish. This does not bode well for society. And I know, men, I understand the red pill. I agree with a lot of it. It makes logical sense. However, for the betterment of society, we still need to be promoting marriage and children, family, nuclear family. So we have to take the risk, and we just have to be smarter about it. Because if you're just avoiding marriage and children, like, look, we're already below replacement level. 20 years from now, we're probably going to be having a major crisis if people don't start having kids. And I get it. Red pill teaches you to look out for yourself, men. Don't get screwed over. But we got to risk it. You got to risk it to get the biscuit. Okay? We have to risk it still. Yes, in my perfect world, no fault divorce would be gotten rid of. And probably a lot more men would be fine with getting married then. But I don't know if that will ever happen. So until then, like I mentioned in previous episodes, you just got to be smarter about it, men. Get to know your partner a lot longer and a lot better before you get married. That's my best and number one offer for men, but we still need to be promoting marriage and children. So that's my problem with the red pill community. Now, I don't disagree with a lot of the red pill tenets. I just don't like the prescriptions because my goal here is fight against degeneracy in the culture, Betterment of society. Betterment of society means we should be getting married and having kids still. Nuclear family. So, and I a lot of the red pill community, they're black pilled. They're doom and gloom. That's why they're giving these prescriptions because they think feminism is too far in, it's sunk its teeth in, and there's no going back. So that's why they're teaching men look out for yourself. Don't be getting married. I get it, but I think it is able to be reversed because there are people waking up. There are. The problem is a lot of people are afraid to speak out. And that's why I decided to start a channel because I don't mind speaking out. I don't mind looking like the bad guy. I'll say what's on my mind. It's one of the things I always say, like, I'm not going to get in trouble for lying. I'm going to get in trouble for being too honest. I say what's on my mind. I don't sugarcoat things. Love it or hate it. At least you should be able to respect that I was honest. So, feminism, and let me just say, we'll preface it with this, just so I'm not completely shitting on it. I'm not saying feminism doesn't have a place, but if you're a woman who wants to get married and have children, feminism is doing you a disservice. It is teaching you to be inherently selfish. Now, there are women who don't want to get married or have kids. They like working. They like a career. That's fine. Feminism is for you. The problem comes in is feminism is pushed to the masses for all women. And they're teaching women, don't worry about men. Don't worry about kids. Focus on your career. Now, there are women waking up, but they're waking up when it's too late. And that is a problem. So, women, you are most fertile in your younger years. So, if you are most fertile in your younger years and you're just going to maybe run into complications in your 30s, and men biologically just prefer younger women, why would you wait until your 30s? Why would you focus on school, career first? I'm not saying you can't have any of that, but why would that be your number one priority first when A, you have a biological clock that's ticking, and that's the main thing. Like, I'm sorry, the patriarchy and men didn't make you have a biological clock. Blame God, blame evolution, whatever you believe in. But women, you have a biological clock. So unless you make big advances in science that extends your fertility, this is what you should focus on first. It makes the most sense. And then you'll take men into account. Men prefer younger, fertile women. It's ingrained in men. So if men prefer women like this, and you are your most fertile in your younger years, and you're most youthful and appealing, why would you focus on education and career first and put family on the back burner? It's going to lead to you being lonely and a guy not wanting you. Because if a guy has his choice, let's say You focused on school and career. You don't have any kids, you were smart, you didn't get pregnant early, so you're not a single mother, but you're a woman, you're 35 years old, and you finally decided, "Hey, I wanna have kids. It's the one thing that's missing in my life." Is a guy that has choices gonna pick you at 35 when he could maybe have 25-year-old, more youthful, probably more attractive, and definitely more fertile, especially if he wants multiple children. At 35, it's considered a high risk pregnancy. So this is where like a lot of the feminists have problems with red pill talking points like that. Like it's misogynist. It's not. It's human biology. You are working on a biological clock. It doesn't make sense to wait and wait if you want to have a family and children. I don't get it. And there are women out there that are finally waking up, but unfortunately for a lot of them, it's too late. They're not realizing it until they're in their late 30s. You have to meet a man. You have to date. You have to get engaged. You have to get married. And then you have children. If you're already 35, you're cutting it really, really close. Really close. So, this is my problem with feminism. It's teaching women to postpone all that and don't worry about it when it's easier for you if you're focusing on that at your younger years, your most youthful, beautiful, fertile years. It's going to be easier for you. And then these women are now in their 30s that listen to feminism and they don't understand it. They're like, hey, I did everything they told me to do. I got educated. I got a job. I got myself together and I can't find a guy. Why? Well, that's not what guys are into. And this is the thing that really is funny about women. They don't tend to understand we are different. Men and women are different. We are attracted to different things. Men, we don't care how educated you are or how much money you make for the most part. If a guy cares about that type of stuff, he's probably some bum that just wants you to pay for him. Because here on this channel, Trad West, we are traditional. We believe in the man should be the main provider. And this is based on, nuclear family, marriage, children. So again, if that's not what you are doing, this doesn't apply to you. But generally speaking, the man is the moneymaker. The woman has children, so she should be at home with the children. And I'm not against women working, but it should be they're working electively. And they're not working while the children are in their younger years. Or if the relationship dynamics works where the woman is the moneymaker, it can happen. I'm not saying that's not allowed. It just generally doesn't work that way. But as long as one parent is in the household raising the kids, that's best. You're not just shipping them off, daycare, school all day, being molded by complete strangers. As long as one parent's in the household raising the kids, that's overall better. So I don't get this focus on both parents being in the workforce. Later on, after the kids are raised, yes, that's fine. But during their younger years, no. One of the parents should definitely be home with the kids. And the cost of like daycare now, unless you're both making six figures plus, it ain't worth both of you working. It's just not. Stay home, raise your kids. You should want to instill your morals and values on your children and not shipping them off to be molded by complete strangers. That's my problem with feminism. Like I said, inherently selfish. Teaches you not to worry about kids, not to worry about husband, and then red pill, same. And having a family and children, especially, is a selfless act, not selfish. I don't have kids yet, but I can still recognize once you have kids, it's not all about you and your wants and your happiness anymore. And even if you don't have kids and you're in a relationship with somebody, it's still not all about you. But definitely when you have kids, and that's my problem with feminism and the red pill. It's teaching you, no, 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 it's all about you. Focus on you. Selfish. Selfish. Having a family is selfless. It's not all about you anymore. Okay. Not all about you. And then we get into, let's talk a little bit about feminism and the sexual revolution. Because women also, like as I said, they don't understand what men find most attractive. You need to know what men find attractive if you're trying to attract men. I wanted to attract women. I needed to know what women found attractive. I had to focus on my body, fitness, working out. I had to focus on getting a job, having my finances together, being able to provide. Women are interested in that. So I had to do it in order to attract them. And a lot of women seem to fail to realize if they want to attract men, they need to know what men want or prefer. And feminism teaches you, fuck men. You don't need to do this for men. Yeah, you do. If you're trying to attract men, you need to know what men are attracted to. But women are so used to getting attention without even trying that they fail to realize a lot of this. And guess what? I brought the sexual revolution because guess what? Men do not want super promiscuous women that have slept around in their past. At least for women to take serious and marry. And a lot of women fail to realize the difference between guy giving me attention just because he's trying to have sex and guy taking me serious, he will commit and put a ring on it. Completely different things. That's why I'll bash on the simps. Because of simps giving all these women attention, like average women, all this attention, they think they're way up here on the market. Average women could get DMs from athletes. Those aren't guys that are taking you serious. They're just trying to bang. That's not a flex to get an athlete to bang you. The flex for women is will a guy commit and give you a ring? And women fail to realize this because women don't generally care about body count, how many women a guy has slept with. A lot of women are actually more attracted to guys who have slept with a lot of women because that shows you he's got something going for him. We are not we are not the same. We are different. So women, especially these women involved in OnlyFans, they always like to use the, "Well, yeah, I'm doing it now, but I'm not gonna be doing it down the line when I'm actually looking for a husband." Your past matters to your husband. Not saying you gotta be a virgin, but a guy is not going. Generally, guys are not going to want to get with and take serious for a marriage a super promiscuous woman. We aren't. You can get mad, you can not like it all you want, but there are things that men are attracted to, and that's not one of them. Super promiscuous is not one of them. If there is OnlyFans videos of you getting pounded out by other dudes, he is most likely not going to take you seriously. And the internet is forever. And then even if you do find a guy that takes you seriously, you have kids, they have to worry about being teased in school. And these OnlyFans girls just don't realize it. And that's what the sexual revolution was all about, teaching you to be promiscuous. It was a fight against monogamy. As I talked about in previous episodes, polygamous societies do not work out. They are the most civil unrest involved in civil war. Birth control, abortion, that was all part of the sexual revolution. And birth control made sex purely about pleasure. That's not what sex is about. Sex is about the selfless act of you now bringing another life into this world. That's my number one, like, hate on people, like, that promote abortion. They act like because they engaged in sex, they were not consenting to a child. Yes, that's literally what you're doing if you decide to have sex with someone. If you're having sex with someone, you are consenting to the possibility of getting pregnant and having a child. That's what sex is. I've had sex with people in my past that I would not have wanted to have a kid at the time. But guess what? Had it happened, I would not have been telling her, you need to get an abortion. I would have manned the fuck up and did everything in my power to give that child the best life it could have. And I would have tried to make things work with the woman. So, yes, women always like to bring up, well, deadbeat dudes just get you pregnant and leave. Yeah, I hate on them too. They're pieces of shit. If you impregnate a woman, you need to be involved in that kid's life and you need to support. I don't give a pass to deadbeat dudes. But guess what? You acting like you didn't, like, consenting to sex didn't mean you consented to a baby. Yes, that is what sex means. Possibility for baby. These people just want to get rid of personal responsibility for everything. Don't have sex if you're not ready for the possibility of a baby. Stop sleeping around. Sexual revolution caused more harm than good. Not saying you got to be a virgin, but the statistics are out there. The more sexual partners you have, both men and women, but women in particular, the more sexual partners you have, the less likely you are to be in a lasting long term relationship. And the numbers are pretty low, it's single digits. And from some of these modern women that I'm hearing about today, 18-year-olds already got fucking body counts in like the 40s and 50s. Degenerate. Sick. Because the number is like between like 5 and 7 sexual partners. If you've had more than that, the chances of you being in a successful relationship drastically lower. And these people are fucking, yeah, the body counts that some of these people have, ridiculous. And birth control now, like I said, that's made sex just about pleasure because you just take this and now you don't have to worry about getting pregnant. I mean, it can fail, but you don't have to worry about getting pregnant. And it has a lot of negative side effects. Might do a separate episode on that. Not going to delve too much into that. But then, so let me say this for women, because a lot of women's like big flex when they're talking shit on a guy. Oh, don't. His dick game was weak. He couldn't even make me orgasm. Yeah, maybe if you didn't have 50 to 100 fucking sexual partners, he could have. That's another thing. The more sexual partners you have, the more promiscuous you are, the harder it is for you to achieve orgasm. Women that have only had sex with a couple sexual partners, they can come quick with penetration alone, usually. So that's not the flex you think it is, ladies. Oh, you couldn't make me orgasm. Yeah, because you were a hoe. That's why. So now we'll get into feminism in the workplace. Because a lot of these leftists who are big feminists, they'll hate on these greedy corporations. But you are in such a rush to slave away and work for them. Women entering the workforce doubled the workforce, so wages came down, increased tax revenue, and you just made profits for these evil corporations while they could then lower the wages for everyone. Congratulations, you played yourself. Doubled the workforce, lowers wages, more tax revenue, they get more profits. Which brings me to all these feminists, like when they hear of like a more trad woman who does stay home, do the housework, take care of their kids, these women will attack these women. No, you're slaving away for some mean dictator. So, you have no problem slaving away in corporate America for this company that cares nothing about you. You have no problem slaving away 8+ hours a day for them. But it's looked down upon to work in the home for your own family, the husband that you love and married, and the children that you've brought into this world and are raising. That should be frowned upon. But you have no problem working for this complete stranger, bringing record profits for them. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense at all. So, the way everything's taught is you're taught to go to school, focus on career first. As I said, not beneficial. Your most fertile and youthful years are when you're younger. So if you want to have a family, that's what you should focus on first, in my opinion. Perfect world. Then later in life, kids are already out of the house, they're raised. Boom. You want to do a career? Your husband is more likely in the position to help you out as well. Then you can have your career. Again, Mother Nature, okay? Blame biology. You have a biological clock ticking, so it does not make sense to wait and wait and wait. It just doesn't. It's not man's fault that you have a biological clock. So in my opinion, if family is something that you want eventually, you need to stop saying, "Well, yeah, but I'll do that down the road," and do it first. Because there are a lot of women out there that are now facing the consequences of that. They're in their late 30s and they can't find a man, and they don't understand why. And it's because feminism lied to them. Men are more attracted to the younger women. Why would they pick 35-year-old when they could have 25-year-old? Feminism lied to you. And like I said, sexual revolution taught sexual degeneracy that leads to societal breakdown. And this is my problem with modern women today. They still want traditional chivalrous man, while they themselves not traditional at all. Newsflash for you. Chivalry died because of feminism. Chivalry existed because it was acknowledging one is stronger than the other, and you need to look out and protect women because we are not the same. Well, feminism teaches no, we're all equal. You don't need no man. Okay? So men stopped trying. Men stopped holding doors. Men stopped getting up on the subway to give you a seat. Welcome to feminism. But feminists want their cake and eat it too. They want to be the boss babe while the guy still gives them everything they want. So to finish it off, I talked about it a little bit earlier. Women, if you want to attract men, you need to know what men find attractive. Just like men, if they want to attract women, they need to know what women find attractive. But feminism teaches you, nah, fuck men. You don't need to worry about what they want. Do what you want. Okay? So let's turn that around to me. Let's say I had that attitude. I'm not gonna focus on what women want. I'm gonna do what I want. I wanna sit at home, play video games, eat Doritos, and smoke weed all day. I don't wanna go to work. I don't wanna make money. I don't wanna work out. I wanna be muscular. I wanna sit at home all day, eat Cheetos. That's what makes me happy. But I still deserve a chick, really attractive chick. I would sound like a complete moron. That's what you women sound like when you're saying, don't care what a man wants. I'm going to do what I want. No. Men have to know what women want in order to attract women. The opposite is the same. Women, you need to know what men want to attract men. Fuck feminism. Fuck a lot of the red pill. They're both selfish. And for the betterment of society, we need to be more selfless. If you want to get married and have kids, quit listening to both feminism and the red pill. And we're going to wrap up this week's episode there. Make sure you like, follow on all platforms, YouTube, Rumble, Spotify. Next week I might do an episode on like working out for the men like I'm going to talk about men, but everyone should work out. So it'll be for everyone, but men, confidence, to stop men from simping, being incels. But I'll probably have a few episodes on that. So, gonna end it there. Like, follow, comment at Tradwest Podcast on almost all platforms. Think I'm almost on everything now. Till next time.